Why there is a paternal ancestry and not the maternal ancestry? Why? Why the girl is given as a kanyadan during the marriage in Brahmin marriages? What is a gotra? Why we should not marry within the gotra? Why the girl is calling the father-in-law and mother-in-law's father and mother after the marriage? Try to find answers from Vedas and also from scientific scriptures. In India, since Vedic ages, the concept of gotra existed. Gotra concept was emphasized in Vedic culture for the decision of marriage. The Vedic rishis have observed that there is a degeneration of the Y chromosome and they wanted to maintain as many individuals healthy Y chromosomes because the lineage is through the Y chromosome. How the lineage is Y through the Y chromosome only we will see. By protecting the Y chromosome, that will give a fair chance for the male to exist in this world. Otherwise, males will become extinct in this world if we cannot protect the Y chromosome, even as per the scientific studies. Because Y chromosome is passed on from one generation to the other generation with almost negligible change. It comes as it is fresh in the genetic combinations because they do not take part, the Y chromosomes, no, they do not take part in mix and match with other chromosomes because there's only one Y chromosome. Biologically speaking, male gametes decides the gender of the offspring, what is going to be the baby, while the female woman has X and X chromosome. The male semen has got X and Y chromosome. If the X of the male gamete with the woman, then the child is a girl. If X of a woman with the Y of the male, then it's a boy. Just as a seed decides the species of a tree and not the soil, the male gamete is the deciding factor. Man is the sower, woman is the soil. There are many evidences biologically, there are many evidences which suggest that Gotra systems maintains a genetic male lineage via Y chromosomes, and cousin marriages within the immediate family relations are known to cause genetic disorders. Whether we need to retain the Gotra, that we will see because the world is changing. As discussed, it's Y, as we discussed earlier, the Y chromosome decides the gender. Unfortunately, the Y chromosomes do not have a corresponding chromosome in the pair. It can only exist X and Y combination, of which only a small 5% of the X chromosomes matches with the Y chromosome, and the rest 95% of the Y chromosomes, which is crucial in the development of the male character, have no match at all. There is no matches at all. It is this 95% of the Y chromosomes which is completely responsible for humans for generating male characteristics. The Y chromosome has to depend on itself to repair. Another major problem for Y chromosome is X chromosomes can repair it with the help of the other X chromosome. There is one more X chromosome. They can repair themselves for any damage, but the Y chromosome has to depend on itself to repair any injury and to reserve any duplicated genes to create within it. This does not stop the damage of the DNA of the Y chromosome as it escapes the local repair process and is being propagated to the male offsprings. So, if it is propagated to the male offsprings, the male offspring will be born with a damaged Y chromosome. This causes the Y chromosomes to accumulate abnormalities for a prolonged period of evolution. Scientists believe that this is the reason which is causing the Y chromosome keep losing its weight. Same thing rishis have decided long back. The other chromosome does not face this issue, X chromosome, as both the corresponding pairs come from both. It can be X and X of the parent. Most of the DNA damage can be corrected by crossover mechanism also. This eliminates the damaged genes, one of the most important process of evolution of life. So, to summarize, Y chromosomes are crucial for the creation of evolution of males. It does not participate in the mix and match mechanism, which helps us to eliminate any defective DNA and creating a better version in any successive generation. This tendency may lead to extinction of Y chromosome over the next few million years, which will lead to the extinction of the male. So the rishis have decided to, in order to have a very healthy offspring, in order to protect the Y chromosome, what they have done, they have formed Gotra. So if one Gotra, they will not marry within that Gotra, they will marry outside the Gotra. So a girl from the other Gotra marries a person and she comes as a Dhan. Why she comes as a Dhan, Kanya Dhan? She has a value. One should not think that a Dhan is, she's not a commodity. No, male is not given in Dhan because he may not have a value. She conceives, and why she calls the her husband's mother and father as father and mother is because she comes into this Gotra. Once if she comes into this Gotra, there should not be any confusion. The offsprings of her, those days marriages happened within the community, not within that Gotra. So the offsprings, like if it's a boy, he can marry his father's sister's daughter. He can also marry his mother's brother's daughter. And if she's a girl, she can marry mother's brother or mother's brother's son. She can also marry father's sister's son. Thereby, the Y chromosomes are very nicely protected, distributed. We have a very healthy offsprings. So that is the concept of Gotra. That is the basic reasons behind the girl is being given Kanyadan. That's one of the very reason behind girl calling father-in-law and mother-in-law as Appa and Amma. Why can't the boy calls the same way? Why can't it be a vice versa? Why this vice versa is not being followed is it could lead to confusion, because if what confusion it can cause us, suppose if the people do not exist, if they pass away, the the paternal ancestry gets disturbed because they may ask for the gotra. If he calls, because a person who is of the different gotra cannot call the other person, however respectable he is, as his father. It can create a confusion at the time of marriage, because as to which gotra he or the offspring belongs to. So in order to avoid this, they always call their father-in-law and mother-in-law as mama and mami, thereby establishing the right for their offsprings to marry this way. So the marriages were happening most of the time is within the community in the past. So now we do not know whether this Gotra should be given that importance, because they have, see, everything religious is science based. Everything, our tradition, our rituals, our positions, our way of living, everything is basically science based. And this has been substantiated by the many clinical research, scientific research also. In recent times they have realized that it's because of the rishis are so, they have a foresight that they wanted to protect the Y chromosomes. Scientifically also, direct paternal lineage is the line which follows our paternal ancestry, which consists of only men. The DNA pattern analysis of Y chromosome, which is present only in men, can trace one's father his father, and his father, and so on. The paternal lineage tells us one's paternal ancestry. So, even scientifically, ancestral lineage testing and genetic genealogy are the methods for understanding more about the origins of our ancestors. In case if you want to find your ancestors, you can still find out by that method also. So this is a very rational explanation, from a scientific explanation and a Vedic explanation. In fact, our Vedic scholars are much more smarter than those scientists who have already created Gurotra, how to protect Y chromosomes long, long back.